Hey y'all, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Adrienne, and for today's yoga snack, I want to talk a little yoga philosophy. We're going to look at the term known as Aparigraha, which is a Sanskrit term, translates to non-attachment, non-possessiveness, and it's one of the 8 limbs of yogas. It shows up on the yama side, if you're familiar, yamas and niyamas. And one of the things I always like to talk about when I'm referring to Aparigraha or discussing it with a client is in a really small scale, how it can show up and how we can practice it. One of the go-to examples I use is in a yoga room. So if you are always attached to your spot in a yoga room or a fitness class, or you're on your cycling bike or whatever, and you always have your space that you go to, and you get into the room and someone's there, and you're a little perturbed and you're irritated and they're in your spot. And then you go and you realize that someone's subbing for the class, and so it's not your normal teacher. And so all of these things that we get attached to in terms of how we expect them to be, how we want them to be, and all of a sudden they're disrupted, how are you affected by that? How do you react? How do you treat other people as a result of that? How do you treat yourself? How is your yoga practice as a result of that? So that's one of those ways that by practicing Aparigraha or non-attachment, that we can allow these things that are really of no bearing, that have no sort of meaningful effect one way or another on our lives, to really then have an effect in ways that we shouldn't let it. And so even just being able to apply that when we're driving, when we're in the grocery store, when maybe we're walking and we're behind someone that's really slow, just ways that we can start to feel maybe those annoyances or things bubbling up in us that are more negative based on having an attachment to how we want something to be, the outcome of something, the assumption that it should go a certain way. And Aparigraha is the ability to let that go. So if you have any questions about that, it's just a small snippet. There's more obviously that you can research on your own, but feel free to reach out with any questions, comments, and I'll see you next time.